They may be the same character, but some play it better than others.
Do I become you?
Well, there's a few false starts, but you get there in the end.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be ranking every Doctor from Doctor Who from worst to best. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be ranking the various incarnations of the Time Lord, the Doctor, in order of amazingness, at least as of 2019. That's not to say those at the bottom of our list aren't awesome in their own right, however. That's the beauty of Doctor Who. Everyone has their own Doctor, so feel free to share your favourites and rankings in the comments. Also, watch out for spoilers. Number 14, the 13th Doctor, Jodie Whittaker. No one can accuse us of recency bias. The current Doctor gracing our televisions is the first woman to play the role. Jodie Whittaker has only appeared in one series as the heroic Time Lord, or rather, Time Lady, so far, but she's fit the role fairly well.
Are you a doctor, Ryan?
No.
Shame. I'm looking for a doctor.
The 13th Doctor's fascination with the universe and hopeful optimism are endearing. However, her first series proved polarizing among fans, and even those who liked her Doctor haven't been impressed by the writing of her era thus far.
Very nice. Lost my key. Sorry.
But ultimately, she's in the last spot because, unlike the others, her time isn't over yet, so we don't feel like we've seen everything she's capable of.
Earth is protected by me and my mates, this year and every other. Here we go!
Number 13, the 6th Doctor, Colin Baker. Most people were probably expecting this Doctor to be last on the list, but you were wrong. The 6th Doctor is characterized by his arrogance, verbosity, and generally standoffish nature, which clashes as much with his wardrobe as his clothes do with everything else.
The interesting thing is, before it became good, it was evil. And that's what you are. Thoroughly evil.
It's these qualities that generally make him one of the least revered Doctors. Even so, despite his smugness, he uses his righteous anger to stand up for those in need.
Could you hurry up, please? We haven't got all day.
While the many issues behind the scenes during his tenure may have doomed public perception of Colin Baker's Doctor, Big Finish audio dramas do the 6th Doctor justice, so give them a look if he's your favourite, or think he deserves another chance.
Forgive me if I don't join you.
Number 12, the War Doctor, John Hurt. The odd Doctor out, you might say, since he, and even the other Doctors, largely believe him unworthy of their name. The War Doctor is the version who fought during the horrific, mind-boggling conflict called the Time War. Despite only appearing in a few episodes, John Hurt's performance nevertheless makes a profound impression as an aging warrior tired of war, who manages to find hope again with help from his future selves.
Am I having a midlife crisis? Why are you pointing your screwdrivers like that? They're scientific instruments, not water pistols.
Hurt's version of the character was certainly worthy of the name Doctor by the end. And while his few appearances do make him feel more special, quantity is still a factor.
For this moment, I am the Doctor again. Thank you.
Number 11, the 8th Doctor, Paul McGann. Like the War Doctor, the 8th Doctor appeared on screen only a few times. In a poorly received TV movie, though McGann is easily the highlight of it, and a short for the 50th anniversary. Yet, like another Doctor we've discussed, McGann got his due in other media, and his tenure is actually one of the longest lasting of any of them, depending on your criteria.
I love humans. All of us seeing patterns in things that aren't there.
The Eighth Doctor was an enthusiastic adventurer and something of a romantic, but his pacifism and outlook were challenged towards the end of his life, as despite his best efforts, he becomes embroiled in the Time War. We only wish more of his adventures could have been on screen. Get this man back on television.
I'm a doctor, but probably not the one you expected.
Number 10, the Fifth Doctor, Peter Davison. Sporting a cricket outfit and a sprig of celery, the Fifth Doctor is one of the physically younger incarnations of the Doctor, but apart from some occasional bickering with his companions, he also displays a more mature and reserved air.
Glass?
Well, almost anyway. It's a fused silica. And I'm not a pain.
While this has led some to consider him a bit vanilla, we like this particular flavour. After all, how bland can someone be if they pull off a decorative vegetable?
Oh, why couldn't we just walk?
Gotta be fit to crew the TARDIS. Trim time ship and a ship-shaped team.
Despite his more laid-back attitude, the Fifth Doctor could be a man of action when needed, engaging in sword fights and desperate attempts to save his friends on several occasions.
Bravo, demon!
Number 9, the First Doctor, William Hartnell. He's not just a Doctor, he's the Doctor. The original, you might say.
Have you ever thought what it's like to be wanderers in the fourth dimension? Have you? To be exiles?
The Doctor who ran away from Gallifrey with his granddaughter, the First Doctor is a bit of a curmudgeon and prone to overestimating his own abilities, but his thirst for knowledge and innate heroism are already apparent this early on. Plus, he does have a twinkle in his eye and plenty of mischief in his heart.
Honestly, Doctor, and after that long talk you gave me about not meddling with history, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
It's got nothing to do with me.
He would be higher on the list, but as the Foundation Doctor, he doesn't quite reach the heights of the others, even if he does always come back.
One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties.
Number 8, the Second Doctor, Patrick Troughton. The First Doctor was a tough act to follow, particularly since it had never been done before, but Patrick Troughton pulled it off with style.
Ah, thank you very much. That's very civil of you. Oh, my word.
You claim to be able to help us.
The Second Doctor is arguably even more influential than his predecessor, as it's in this incarnation that the Doctor's silly yet brilliant personality, penchant for running away for strategic retreats, and more open affection for his companions all got their start with him. Although he's another Doctor surpassed by those who followed, we still love him for the clever, avuncular cosmic hobo that he is.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Number 7, the Seventh Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. Don't let his bumbling demeanour and question mark vest fool you. The Seventh Doctor is actually one of the most devious incarnations of the Time Lord.
And this?
It's just rubbish.
Nothing's just rubbish if you have an inquiring mind.
Although still a protector of the people across time and space, this Doctor is best known for his Machiavellian scheming, often treating both friends and foes as chess pieces to achieve the best possible outcome. This can make him come across as ruthless, but he still cares about his companions, often acting as a mentor to them, and his motives are good, even if his methods push the boundaries. This dichotomy makes for a fascinating Doctor.
Have pity on me!
I have pity for you.
15!
Bye, Davros. It hasn't been pleasant.
Number 6, the Third Doctor, John Pertwee. Stranded on Earth by the Time Lords during the 70s, or maybe the 80s, the third version of the Doctor made the best of things by working with UNIT to combat Britain's higher than average alien invasion rates.
What sort of foolery is this?
Switch on, Liz.
You've killed him.
I don't think so.
Besides being a dapper dresser, the Third Doctor was a man of science, as well as a man of action, equally comfortable in a laboratory as taking down thugs with Venusian Aikido or handling all manner of vehicles. Although prone to fiery tirades when forced to suffer fools, the Third Doctor was nevertheless kind to his friends, cordial to his enemies, and possessed a sarcastic sense of humour. He might not carry a gun, but he's as close to James Bond as the Doctor has ever gotten. Number 5. The Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. The first Doctor in the modern era of the show, the Ninth Doctor is also the first following the Time War. Haunted by the conflict, this Doctor is often curt and rude, while also prone to bouts of blind rage, particularly where Daleks are concerned.
How does it feel? What for? What are you going to do to me?
However, he can still be chipper and enthusiastic about his travels.
I'm the Doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
While he is often overlooked due to his single-season stint on the programme, Eccleston's Doctor deserves all the credit in the world for helping bring the show to the 21st century, and he is, in a word, fantastic.
Before I go, I just want to tell you were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And you know what? So was I.
Number 4, the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi. The next most recent Doctor as of this writing, the 12th Doctor has some of the most character development of any of the characters' incarnations.
Hello? Exit the box and surrender to the glory of the Sontaran Empire.
Shush.
Doctor?
Initially, he's hesitant about his own morality, before rediscovering himself and becoming something of a relaxed rocker.
Who put those notes and phrases together? Who really composed Beethoven's Fifth?
Eventually, he finds a happy medium between the two, though he retains a sarcastic, standoffish attitude throughout, which belies his inner kindness.
So what do you think? The Singing Towers.
Though this can make the 12th Doctor feel less consistent than the others, his growth is still great to see, and Capaldi's performance is a powerful and compelling one throughout.
How much blood will spill until everybody does what they were always going to have to do from the very beginning? Sit down and talk!
Number 3, the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith. Physically the youngest of the Doctors thus far, the 11th Doctor is an old man in a young person's body, able to play the fool as well as the world-weary explorer.
Hello. I'm the Doctor.
At times excitable, alien and quirky, and prone to talking with his hands, the 11th Doctor is also able to deliver many a speech with plenty of fury and swagger.
Remember, every black day I ever stopped you, and then, do the smart thing.
Let somebody else try first.
As the final incarnation in the Doctor's first regeneration cycle, Matt Smith's Doctor manages to draw on all his predecessors, while adding his own flair to the role, which is just what every Doctor needs. Were it not for how iconic our remaining entries are to the character, Smith would certainly be in contention for one of their spots.
Take it! Take it all, baby! Have it! You have it all!
Number 2, the 4th Doctor, Tom Baker. For many Doctor Who fans, the Fourth Doctor is the Doctor. The definite article, you might say.
You may be a doctor, but I'm the doctor. The definite article, you might say.
Look here, Doctor, you're not fit.
Not fit. Of course I'm fit.
And that's hardly surprising, since Tom Baker played the role for a record 7 years on television and still is in audio dramas. The Fourth Doctor's hat, coat, and overlong scarf are all iconic, but it's more than just his appearance that has stuck with fans.
Jelly baby.
Doctor catches robot.
His incredible wit, lust for adventure, sense of wonder, and completely off-the-wall behaviour have many convinced that Tom Baker isn't just playing the role, but embodying it in a way few before or since have ever been able to match.
I say, what a wonderful butler. He's so violent.
Number 1. The 10th Doctor, David Tennant. Yes, by process of elimination and possibly knowledge of the Doctor Who fandom, you all knew this was coming.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Cerberus. I'm 903 years old, and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below.
Is the 10th Doctor overrated? Possibly fangirls and fanboys, but he's still rather brilliant, and his rank is well deserved. Always ready with a devil-may-care attitude and a joyful enthusiasm for discovery, the 10th Doctor can also be deadly serious when pushed too far.
I'm the winner. That's who I am. The Time Lord victorious.
He's also one of the more human Doctors, confessing his melancholy and insecurities to his friends, and engaging in several romances. Whether it's because of his relatability, his confidence, or just that damn handsome face, Whovians have a special place in their hearts for the 10th Doctor. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.